You're in the rant hole where I rant about whatever my $15 a month plus patrons want me to rant about. This one is for Edithier, who says, brought to you by your Frank's review, rant about how people insist that all media is made for them and will shit on a show for being bad when they are the wrong demographic to enjoy it. Holy fuck, I mean, that's like basically everybody all the time. I mean, you should always have this sort of clarity in your mind. Like, I hate having to say this because it should be obvious to everyone at all times that this is always what is happening. But when you say something is good or bad, you are saying it is good or bad for you. There is no objective standard by which you can judge things. There is none. None exists. You could not point me to one. You might have a vague sense in your mind of what objectively good means, but it has no foundation. You didn't get it from anywhere. It's just like a mishmash of things you've heard or understood, be it from school or people online you agree with, or wherever you got this idea of what is good. That is your idea of what is good. And we've talked about this on the channel 1,000 million fucking times, but it's basically what you're getting at, is people insisting that because something doesn't fit their definition of good, the show's not good. And the fact of the matter is that if anyone likes a show, the show is good to as many people as like it. For whatever reasons, they like it. And all media is made for a limited audience, if not deliberately a niche one, or like, if you make anything, if you make a cartoon, it's not for blind people. Like, if you make a album, it's not for deaf people. If you make, if you make a show that's in one language, yes, it can be translated to another, but it's inherently kind of a different show. So you're really creating a second show for those people to watch that is very similar to the original, but not exactly the same. But, like, everything about how you go about constructing something, you're always going to be limited. You're always going to have a limited amount of people who are going to be able to experience this thing and enjoy it. And with people being as insanely different as they are, yeah, of course people are going to have different ideas of what's fucking good. Of course there's going to be people who enjoy a show that you don't like because they are a totally different person with totally different values than you. I feel like this stuff should be obvious. Let me reread this again, so I don't want to just be repeating myself too much here. Insist that all media is made for them. Like, yeah, it definitely, I get that feeling from some people. When people want every piece of media to be, like, as inclusive as possible to, to always involve them. And, like, if it doesn't offer, if I can't experience it, that is a problem with the work. Which, sure, I mean, you could say, I don't like it because it doesn't appeal to me. And if that's all you're saying, fine. But, like, to suggest that it should be every artist's goal to be as accessible to as many people as possible is ludicrous. Like, that is such a limiting thing to put on expression. To say, like, you can't make something that doesn't appeal to as many people as humanly possible. Well, I better not even fucking make anything audio-visual, because some people can't enjoy it. Like, there's always a limit. Always. No matter what it is, no matter how broad it might look on the surface, there is somebody who's not going to enjoy it, who it's not for, and that's fine. You only need to make your product accessible to as many people as you want it to be accessible to. So let's say that you're trying to make, like, if you're just trying to make as much money as possible, go as broad as possible. If you're only trying to make like $1,000 a month, I made $1,000 a month not appealing to that many people. It'll make it some pretty niche media on the internet for a long time. Like, that's all I needed. Appealing outside of that niche is unimportant to me. It has nothing to do with my art and its goals. So to criticize it for not being broader, it's like, I could see, again, if you're just saying, I don't like this because it's not made for me, yeah, of course. That should be obvious. But, like, if it's, if you're trying to say that it's bad for that reason, I mean, honestly, this is, like, there's really no way to talk about this that isn't just the objectivity rant again. I'm sorry. But, there you go, Edith there.